I rarely make statements as audacious as the one I'm going to make. But that was then. Now it's a very serious possibility. While we delve into this, I will clarify $50 silver overnight. Yes, I understand. Today, the price of silver is rising at a rate that is outpacing most people's reasonable predictions. As I film this movie, its exact position is unknown. However, it is certain that silver has been soaring in 2025, reaching $40 for the first time in its history. So, what's happening that could lead to a sudden and substantial increase in the price of silver, maybe even within the next day? Everything depends on what happens in the next few days. The Federal Reserve's meeting scheduled for September 17th, 2025. A half-point surprise rate decrease is still within the realm of possibility, according to the measures and probabilities we've seen. Yes, I understand. The figures that we're looking at with silver speak for themselves, but I'll delve into that a bit more when you realize what's occurring. Silver is currently experiencing a massive breakout. In the next 10 years, I will reveal to you the most brilliant pure silver plan ever. An already wealthy mining magnate has just amassed even more wealth. Furthermore, I am currently profiling this company because a well-known Argentinian billionaire who had previously invested millions in May of this year just recently increased his interest by millions of dollars. United, we are making great strides. Roughly 25% of the shares is currently owned by the two of them. We are aware that the price of silver has reached a 14-year high of $41 per ounce. Many people are even more enthusiastic about silver than the Wall Street Bank that predicts $4,000 for an ounce of gold. Not only that, GDXJ is up 90% for the year, while the GDX itself is up an astounding 85%. I can't believe it. Gold prices surpassed $3,600 per ounce for the first time ever, and the Federal Reserve has hinted at interest rate reduction in the past week. It might be as early as September, which is quite close by, and they might slash half a point. I believe that a half-point drop would cause silver prices to skyrocket and most likely lead to gold reaching $3,800 per ounce. Particularly in the event that the Fed surprises us with that half-point cut, this would be a very significant development. Furthermore, we anticipate that the price of gold and silver will continue to rise. In fact, we anticipate that this trend will likely persist even after the meeting has taken place and the quarter point has been reduced. Right now, I'm going to tell you about the silver company that has been on my radar since its premiere video. There has been a 140% increase in the value of the company's stock in little over 3 months. Therefore, you were smart to purchase some when I previously profiled them. What we have been anticipating since 2010 is now the breakout in the GDXJ index, gold and silver. We will not let this opportunity pass us by. Only 3 times in history has silver risen beyond $40. So this is truly a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It's significant. In the 5 years following the market panic that peaked in March of 2020, silver's price has increased by almost 200%. This brings me to my main point about today's sponsor, Argenta Silver. As for the OTC AGF, it has a ticker. Listed below are the 3 most important reasons why Argenta Silver is a hot topic right now. 2 incredibly wealthy men with mining experience are purchasing millions, if not tens of millions, of shares. Argenta Silver is heavily owned by Frank Giustra and Eduardo Elstein, an Argentine real estate billionaire who bought 25 million shares in March. Their latest investment of millions of dollars into Argenta Silver came just 2 weeks ago when they bought more shares. The next step is to determine the company's worth. Here are the numbers that demonstrate everything. The project, which included the discovery of Argentina's 3rd largest pure silver deposit and the construction of a camp for 100 people, cost its prior owners an estimated $60 million. In September, Argentina paid just $3.5 million to acquire this property. There are 45.3 million ounces of indicated silver resources at 482 grams per ton and 4.1 million ounces of inferred silver resources at 417 grams per ton in the pure silver deposit. So far, we have only covered a fraction of the project area. In light of the numbers, there is a mountain of untapped potential here. Already, it ranks as Argentina's third largest untapped pure silver resource. With their current financial position of around $18 million in working capital, Argenta Silver is now drilling. Thus, outcomes are on the horizon and will keep rolling in over the next months. This drilling program is crucial because the project sat idle for more than 10 years. By the way, just a friendly reminder that the OTC ticker is AGAGF. In light of the fact that both gold and silver have reached record highs, as well as the fact that Mr. Eduardo L. Stein, a prominent Argentine businessman with a mining background, has invested $7.5 million in Argentina silver. And that billionaire mining magnate, Frank Justra, has described the project as a means to achieve a lifelong ambition of his to build a pure-play silver company. I am presenting it to you at this time. Salta province in Argentina is the best Latin American jurisdiction for 2023 according to the Fraser Institute, and it is also the top mining jurisdiction in the country. Beyond that, the infrastructure that Argentina Silver inherited from the previous owners and the government was heavily invested in. An operational railroad, a pressurized gas pipeline, and a road of high-voltage electricity lines are part of the external infrastructure, which also includes a 100-person ready-to-use camp and approximately 60 kilometers of internal roadways. As a result, Research Argentina Silver, OGAGF, on the OTC, is a breakout imminent now that silver is maintaining its pressure on the $41 level. Since precious metals are not a dividend-paying asset, they are more competitive with investment plans and other assets that are. So I believe that even a quarter-point reduction in rates will be sufficient to spark momentum. And there has been no change in interest rates, yet we are already witnessing their ascent. While the Federal Reserve is officially on hold, there is a chance that they could surprise everyone and hike interest rates by 0.5 point. I bring this up because I was surprised to see that 8% of the metrics on the FedWatch tool indicated that they were considering raising rates by 0.5 point when I first reported on it. The percentage of people who held this view has ranged from 0% to 11%. Obviously, they've since returned, but a lot has transpired both internationally and domestically. Given the current state of affairs at the Federal Reserve and the dollar's deliberate depreciation each year, it's safe to say that the United States is our primary area of focus. Just a little bit out of hand, that's all. We call that inflation. So when it occurs, they must take action. I also believe the Federal Reserve is under so much pressure that they might cut rates by 0.5 point this time around. Another quarter point is on the horizon, and we are prepared. Actually, everyone seems to agree that rate reduction will be going on now until January, and maybe beyond. However, the system and the market as a whole would be shocked if they unexpectedly implemented a 0.5 point cut. Since gold will react, I anticipate a large reaction from silver. It will succeed gold. In the event that this occurs and silver prices increase, as I mentioned before, I would not be shocked if we witnessed $3,800 for gold. Keep in mind that it doesn't necessarily mean it will go to $50 overnight, even if that's what the prediction says. Let there be no doubt. It would be a mild shock in my opinion. After a shock like this, there is typically a time of regrouping and restoration. Prepare yourself for that as well. The silver price could reach $50 if this happens though. That is the way I am currently thinking. Even while I wouldn't wager on it, I have a strong suspicion that it's possible. If there is a 0.5 point cut, I believe it will happen. Now, am I mistaken? Of course I am capable of that. What do you think about silver at $50? Should you buy it? When silver prices surge to $50, you should absolutely not purchase any. My recommendation is that you hold off on making a purchase until after the Federal Reserve has dropped rates by 0.5 percentage point. Am I also mistaken about that? Could it continue to rise? I think so. That is what I think. And as for the opinions, well, it seems like everyone has one, if not more than one. Plus, I'll let your imagination go wild with that. However, that is all. Leave a comment telling me what you think about Argenta Silver and this subject. Thank you so much for watching. I would greatly appreciate it if you could subscribe, like, comment, and share the video. The transcription was performed by turboscribe.ai. To get rid of this message, go for unlimited.